Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Nightfall in Amsterdam. Today we're doing a social at Molly Malone's. Looks like we're going to have Miranda, Milan, Dragomir, and Elizabeth. Okay. Um, Elizabeth will be sitting with Dragomir at the table, or one of the tables.
Yeah, after a while, Milan pops in and recognizing you two from the other night, kind of marches over and sits down.
Yep, Dragomir would get a big old grin seeing you come in and wave you over. Detective,
How are you tonight?
I am doing well. And yourself?
As good as can be expected.
Would you like a beer?
Sure.
Mm,
Thank you.
no problem.
I'll go get it.
Okay. He'll slide his card over to Elizabeth.
She'll take it and saunter on over to the bar.
How have you been, my friend? Work is hopefully going well for you. Well, I don't know. Do you wish well work? I hope it goes easily for you, while not being overly dangerous. Eh?
Well said. No, it's been good, fruitful.
Good. I've
Uh,
I've put some word out with my people to see if I can get any information for everybody, but I have not gotten a call yet. I'm expecting a phone call.
yeah, I've looked into our friend the doctor, and so
Exactly.
far, apparently he seems above board anyway.
Above what? Elizabeth will hand him a beer and sit down.
The doctor. He's all of his paperwork seems to be in order, and I even looked on the Yelp, and apparently everyone thinks he's great. So
I left a message with his office to set up an appointment. Oh, by the way, you get to come with as posing to be my boyfriend.
as much as Milan can, he looks more awkward than he had before. And okay,
He'll be
this will
fine.
be good. This will be good.
Yeah.
I should like to meet the doctor.
A very pregnant woman comes in and heads straight for the bar.
Elizabeth will watch curiously. Let me see. Do I have medicine?
I would be. I should have pointed this out at the beginning. My character would be scanning auras like he has been the last 2 times here because, well, he keeps running into very weird things. And he's still confused by Milan. You will notice Milan every now and again. He stares at you pretty intently. It's like, don't understand. I need to. He'll take a big drink of his beer. Goodness gracious.
What?
I made a new friend. Did I tell you that?
No. She's kind of watching Miranda.
The one lady I follow her blog. Her name's Chloe. So we made friends online. Yeah, we finally met up, chit chatted. She's really nice.
So it went well then. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, she went really well. She's a good person to know here. On top of being super sweet, she doing her blogs. She's kind of like investigative reporter type of blogs a lot of times. Some conspiracy theories, but some like are grounded in what's going on, and very much firmly grounded in the area, which is very helpful. Because like weird things, she usually knows and hears about weird things going on.
Oh, that could be handy. I was worried your arm would get tired before too long.
Haha. No, it never gets tired. Twa.
Does Miranda look to
And
be
you see
like?
them put a large serving of like French fries with like bacon and cheese and jalapenos and all just piled high, set right in front of her, and she just seems happy as can be.
No, I want jalapenos.
Uh,
Okay.
Natalie, does your mind block? Does that block aura seeing?
Nope, you can see auras. She's
Okay,
sparkling.
cool. That'll
Actually,
perk him up.
her
Oh,
aura actually is going to be very confusing because it's dim like a vampire, but it's bright and sparkly in other places, and it's also got the intensity like you would see in a werewolf.
interesting. Yeah, that's definitely interesting. But it would cause him to approach, and he'll say to the bartender, "Hey, please put her stuff on my tab." Hi, I am Dragomir. Would you like to come join me and my friends for dinner? No,
Yeah, what are we having for dinner?
well, whatever you want. We just over here conversing. You seem. I mean, you're more than welcome, of course, to sit at the bar alone if you'd like. I'm not trying to. You seem interesting, so we figured I would come over and introduce myself because I'm new to the city. And he'll
A
smile wide.
pregnant woman in a bar is interesting. Okay. You must have a very boring life if that is what you think is the interesting.
Oh yes, my life is well. Yes, boring is a good word for it. uh, I went. Elizabeth, did you try to text Aaron? Aaron?
I
He'll
did.
holler over.
He didn't respond.
The
So
pendeja. He's a prick,
oh,
and he's I don't know if he's still writing in him or not, but his writer is very much he likes the booty, so just keep eyes out. I do not know if he likes the men, but I know he likes the women. So sometimes the
Oh,
Aarons will stop being Aaron, and he will be Mr. Slut Animal, and be like, "Damn, that is a nice ass you have there," or "Hey, can I grab your teeth?" or these
he
sorts of
kissed
things.
he kissed Air and myself when I met him, so I don't know how that goes, but yeah, I didn't know you know Aaron. That's very
That is
cool.
why Air looked so disgusted that night. She didn't want to talk about it, but
She was not amused. She looked like she was
well,
going to slug him.
well,
Um,
he said
I would have
she was
smoked
gooning
him.
him.
Yes, the gooning. That was fun.
She was gooning him.
I never heard this term gooning, but apparently she was manhandling him in a way he did not like. So his response was to go "mwah" on her mouth, and she almost went "mwah" in his face in a different way. But yes, would
I
you
am surprised
please?
she did not puke on him.
She
I
looked like
don't.
she wanted to.
She was a little green around the gills.
She has gills now?
Elizabeth will pat the spot next to her a little bit excitedly.
This is
Miranda will pick up her thing of French fries and kind of clutch it under one arm and like eat as she's walking over there.
How far
um,
along are you?
I have been pregnant since December, and I should be popping within the next few weeks.
She
um,
looks so
And
confused and
it's very clearly that is not close to 9 months.
uh, Elizabeth. She is of my ilk, I believe. So there
And
could
you
be
are
extenuating circumstances
oh,
to
okay.
um
Funny business.
he'll look around, make sure nobody's looking at him, looking like listening or able to hear, and then he'll like lean in. He'll be like, "Verbena, mage.
oh
I am also kinfolk to uh the Shadow Lords."
What is it, Shadow Lords?
They are. I, they are a different kind of creature.
Milan's just staring intently.
And then I still don't know what Milan is, but I know he is not human.
He is very human.
I'm as human as they get.
I have known him for almost like 2 years, year and a half. Ever since the priest had his stuff stolen, remember that?
Hmm.
It has been a while.
It has been a while.
Milan and I are dating now.
Congratulations! I would never have guessed that you were into women or men or anybody.
Hey. I'm into stuff and people. And this one's pretty.
See,
Just
she's
smokes.
very pretty.
Thanks.
She almost has I want to say, like, fierce wildness to her. It's like this primal, arr.
She smiles a bit awkwardly. I get them from my mama.
I mean, no insult. You are more than just human, though. I can see these
Cool.
things. Well, everybody at this table.
She points to Milan.
I'm extra human?
That's fine. I'm not. I wasn't trying to insult you, is what I meant. I apologize if my words were not appropriate.
I don't get offended easily.
All right. Oh. Of all the bars in all the world, I get to meet you here. Did I catch your name? I'm sorry.
My name is Miranda.
Miranda. It's a nice name.
Sí. Gracias.
So you know
It has
Aaron.
been my. See, Erin is probably one of my best friends, and she's also my neighbor. And see,
Nice. Yeah, Aaron and Aaron. So you know both of them. I met them a couple
Sí.
weeks ago. They're both my friends now.
bien.
So
See,
is Aaron a pervert? Is that what we're just so?
yes.
I know.
See,
He kissed
no,
me
I would
and
not
kissed
say
Aaron the same
Aaron
night.
is a pervert. I would say that he is. He has a pervert in him. If that makes
Is this
sense.
the entity he refers to as the boss?
I don't know.
Yeah, he says his
I have
boss
not
makes
seen
him
Aaron.
smoke. He smokes a lot.
He's
He
possessed?
likes to burn things. He likes to burn things.
He's possessed by a pervert.
know.
Is that what we're... I only met him the one time.
A fiery pervert.
Elizabeth takes out a notebook and writes something down. Oh, so she points to Dragomir and Miranda. You're of the same thing?
She has
know.
she has similar capabilities as I would, I imagine, or at least the potential therefore.
Did you want to fill her in on what we're looking into? She might know stuff.
That's true. I should inform her. He'll look around again, get all suspicious faced, and he'll lean in. He'll be like, "Well, the first thing we found is that there are these people that are being taken in by this gentleman, the professor, and these people, although they do not inherently seem to be something other than normal humans, have the ability to see through the different supernaturals, natural disguise, and see supernaturals for what they really are. Like,
I mean, that's a theory.
well, that's the prominent theory, from what I understand.
So they could be enchanted by a magi. They could have a gift. They could be the pay. They could
Mhm.
be.
There was something
They may
going
not
on with.
be human. You may just think they are human.
Hmm?
Well, was something going on with blood, wasn't there?
So the
Oh, then
rumors,
they are
as I've
probably.
understood them, is that these people who are seeing things, he makes air quotes, they're seeing these things. They're seeing, large wolf-like shapes moving around. They're also seeing deformed, fanged people shapes. We don't know if these are actually lining up with anyone specifically. We know that they're seeing them and that they're freaking out about it.
Wasn't that what
So,
caused her to flee? Was when air walked towards her because she saw her
so
as
they
a
are
monster?
having
We don't
hallucinations.
we don't know that for sure. We know the air walked towards her. She was already agitated, and then she took off.
Mm.
Now, the working theory, I think, is possibly a good theory, but I don't know why she would have acted crazy around me. Um, I don't look like a.
I can think of a few reasons she may think you are crazy or have bad things, but that is not something for me to express to Pebbles. So
But the point I'm making is, if they're seeing something that's associated with, as Dragomir put it, maybe more of a true form. I don't know that that's necessarily true, because not every one of the lupines, he says it hushed, like every one of the lupines looks like a giant furry destruction blender.
Which is a
no, some of them can be very cute puppies though. Oh, you just want to cuddle up and pet them and love on them. It's so cute.
The
And
the puppies are very adorable. He'll nod in agreement with the Miranda.
and the
Elizabeth rolls her eyes.
deformed fanged monsters. I mean, it's possible that they have seen deformed fanged monsters, but I don't know that they're actually seeing true reflections. I think they're seeing some sort of token, maybe, or a mask of what their true reflection could be.
A proxy.
Yeah, so, like, you're not, I don't know how to describe it.
I think I get it. Just like a hint,
Yeah,
but not the true. Yeah.
it's not the true form. It's something similar, though. He kind of trails off.
And Miranda looks kind of like she's totally zoned out and just like sitting there eating French fries.
How far along is she on the
So
fries?
they're probably 2/3 gone.
I'll be right back. Elizabeth gets up, goes to the bar.
Milan kind of snaps back out of it. So what have you been up to? Looking at Miranda.
I have been getting pregnant, very pregnant.
I see
I
that.
have we did a ritual sacrifice a month or two ago, just to make sure that we are protected. And that is the most of it. Do you hear about the wolves who had made some of their familia into who are not supposed to be wolves into wolves, and they put these things in them to force them to be that thing?
I had not heard that, but it sounds interesting. How do you do that?
Uh, there is you take this little. I want to say it's like a fetish of some sort. It has woof fur, claws, things, and is bound together, and you just kind of shove it into them with a spirit bound to it, or perhaps multiple spirits. I am not sure. I didn't bother to look at it from that side of things,
Does
but
that work on anyone or just on their families?
I, I do not know. I all I know is that I use his blood to make sure that I am safe and they cannot find me. At least not without very much as a work.
Hmm.
And I
I'd
mean
like
very much as a work.
I'd like to see what happens when you put that in someone who's not their family.
I think Air has it. Maybe I can see about getting it back. I'm not sure if she destroyed it or not. She probably did.
That sounds like her.
See. But they were working with a group of silver faces, I think. Well, yeah, I do not remember. Uh, with the
They
church.
Oh,
they've
Silver
got cute
Fangs.
names for everything.
Fangs, faces. I was not paying that close of attention because we were kind of ripping the scene out of him forcefully. So I was a bit focused on other things, like the information we are getting. Oh, muy bien. Apparently, they have been hunting us. And she kind of gestures to Miranda and Milan. Us, not us, and she gestures to Dragomir and herself.
Hmm. Yeah, Chloe told me about the church. They had the he looks around again, gets all suspicious and leans forward. He kind of nods towards Milan. They had the lupines of the Silver Fang tribe along with these Templar people apparently, but that is gone now apparently.
See, Gara has been dealt with, and all those who believed as he did have had their juju removed forever.
Oh goodness, they must have very been made people very unhappy.
They
His juju will
delupined the
never come
lupines.
back. I don't know if they delupine them, but any magic that was involved is no más. Uh, because everybody that believed as he did, which was most of them, um, had that belief ripped from their existence and their inner self, so to speak, of where they draw their magic
Ah,
was not returned to this cycle. It was obliterated forever, and it will never return.
And that is not something they do lightly.
sounds effective.
It is muy bien.
Okay. Elizabeth will come back over with 2 plates. Looks to be burgers. She sets one down in front of Miranda. It has jalapenos, cheese, and some fixings on the side.
Gracias.
Elizabeth is of an she is a truly nice soul. She is a helper of people. She She was a good friend for people. Much better than I am. She makes me feel. I always feel like I have to work to be better.
You're silly.
It
Are you
does
sure
smell
you
good
two are
though.
not the boyfriend and girlfriend and not her and him?
Huh? No, 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 no. He's only got one arm to be carrying torches with, and that hand's already full.
Who, me?
Is Dagomir missing an arm?
No, she makes fun because I stay single a lot, so she makes fun that my only girlfriend is my arm.
Well,
Good one,
yeah,
sweetheart.
you sound like Humphrey Bogart right there.
That was amazing. It's very good. Milan, you are an amazing person too. I am very happy to have met you. You have made yes.
He's every time he says anything to her, he's pretty awkward and like he did the Bogart voice on purpose, but it came out super awkward and weird.
You succeeded. Are you all right? Should look at the lawn.
I'm fantastic.
Oh, okay.
I'm
You
just
do know
glad
why
that
we're going.
we're all here together.
I have beer come out my nose.
This is the start of a beautiful, beautiful relationship.
Well, for the well, anyway, that whole thing with the seeing things and such,
Yes.
it's connected to a doctor, and trying to find a way to go to see him. So I set up an appointment. By the way, Milan, I had to, since he's a plastic surgeon, I wasn't really sure what to go with. So she points to her chest and just told him I was going to get an appointment about them.
To
always
make
about-
them smaller.
It is always about them.
Well, I just said I was looking for an opinion, and then she looks at Dragmere. What?
Nothing.
Just to get an opinion. I don't really. Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of men who would give you an opinion.
Huh?
Nothing.
Hmm.
So when he's kind of staring at your chest, when is the appointment?
I don't know yet. I just left a voicemail, so hopefully he calls back. If not, I can try to find another way to get a hold of him.
Yes, excellent.
Okay. But what did so what was the connection with the doctor again? What did they he was running the experiments or something?
Out of game, I don't remember who all was around when Aaron told. I know Milan was there. That the doctor was a ghoul.
I was there because remember you said ghoul and Tremere and I said what's that? And both of you like quickly looked at me and like don't worry about it.
Ask again when you're older.
So now I'm worried about it. Don't know what it
Okay.
means.
So everybody knows the ghoul thing then, yeah.
No, I haven't. I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know if I know.
Yeah, I didn't really
Oh,
tell
okay.
anybody because you guys made it seem like that was kind of like a not to be talked about thing right now.
Okay. So I have no idea how Aaron. This is back in game. I have no idea how Aaron knows the things he knows. He seems to kind of know everything.
He's good with
He's
computers.
been around for a while and he is very good at listening, even though he's not very good at listening.
So he's good at hearing, but not good at listening.
See,
Okay. Well, there's,
Sorry.
okay. Thought that was in
So
character first.
if he's
So-
right, then the doctor is probably working for someone else. Even though
Right
it
about what?
appears that the professor is working for the doctor.
So it's like a.
So wait, there is a professor and a doctor?
It's like some
The
kind of novel.
professor is, yeah, it's someone got killed in the hallway with a lead pipe or something.
Yeah.
Um,
Are we playing a clue
Clue?
here?
I think so.
the apparently of these people who have been seeing things, the professor has been taking in some of the college age kids, and I guess they're staying at his house. I don't know for certain where they're staying, but he's taking them in and caring for them for a while, and then sends them to see the doctor, presumably. And then the doctor, we are not sure what he's doing with them, other than, I assume, researching them the same way that we are.
I can take his glasses. Be the helpless girl who is trying so hard to finish school when her boyfriend knocked her up and just left her. Oh,
It's a tragedy.
She looks a little sad with that. That'd be a good idea.
and then I can find out what the professor is doing because I am not sure how they would. I it would be very peculiar for them to see me there because I have a little bit of a lot of things going on in here.
Would it be better?
Your aura is all over the place.
Elizabeth kind of just looks her over. Would it be better if I did it then? That might be another.
You could. You might be able to flirt with him and seduce him for more information.
I'm not really good at the whole seducing thing, but I guess I could flirt.
I think someone who's a better actor than me could probably just pretend that they're seeing these things and act all agitated and scared and freaked out, and just see where he takes them. Use themselves as bait.
I think he'd be fine.
Think I'd be fine?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not a good actor.
Well, then we can make it so that you see these things, and there you go. You are all set. You are no longer acting. You are seeing these things. I'm sure I can play with your mind that way enough. See,
Mm,
I can do it. I just have to.
maybe we should play with someone else's mind that we don't know and track
but
them.
then how are we supposed to have the information from them versus personness?
You bug their mind first and then mess with it.
So
That
you want me
sounds creepy.
to like joyride in their brain?
I mean, yes.
I suppose I could.
It's for the greater good.
Yeah, but
See, for the greater good.
not in a movie. I like I said, a movie.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The only time I ever get to watch movies is when I visit with Samantha.
She looks curious.
She's the only one who is willing to turn on the TV and put in these things so that I do not fry them.
You do not what?
So I do not fry them.
Well, it looks at you kind of curiously. You don't do well with electronics?
No. Electronics and I are. We are not good friends.
Is that why you don't get along with Aaron?
With Aaron,
Yeah.
he's a little bit tech heavy for me, but He used to be somewhat okay, but as he's become more and more of a person, he's become more and more of the ass, and less of a smart.
Huh. Okay, so who were you thinking of joyriding? She quotations.
It would have to be somebody. I wonder if I could just find one of the people who is seeing the things and joyriding her or him.
That won't hurt him, will it?
You should know.
That's good.
Seems harder to come by than just some random person. But I agree. If you could find one, that would probably be more effective. And maybe if you're joyriding in there, you can actually see what they're seeing instead of just using them to taxi cab you somewhere.
See. So, how is it? This they'll go to see this doctor.
So it seems that the workflow is that they go find the professor, and I'm not sure how they know that the professor can help them, but they seem to all sort of end up with the professor, who then will contact the doctor to let the doctor know that he's got some new people staying with him. And we've got that
And do
much
we know where
because
they are staying with the doctor? Like, do we know where he has the living with them at?
out of game, I don't
We
remember if we found that or not. I
we
think we
followed
did,
them to the professor to a place where they were he was apparently storing them, if I recall.
but we're not sure if that's his house, right? It was just,
We just it was wasn't it an apartment?
I think so.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's probably as good a starting point as any.
I wonder what he teaches. Do we know what he teaches?
Oh,
Professor?
I don't know. I could probably find
Come
out
on.
though. I do have friends in the hospitals, the universities.
That'd be good. Could always double up. We could joyride somebody and have one of us go take a class or something. I could do a class. Depends on what's on. Milan, what does he teach?
I don't remember how to character. I don't remember. Milan, if it was told what he taught, would remember. I want to say it was some sort of like sociology or like a history. Oh, he focuses on. Oh, come on, brain, you can do this. On lore. It had something to do with like vampire and werewolf lore. So like the historical stories of it more than actual lore, if that makes sense. Anthropological views of those things.
That sounds very correct. The anthropology and the ancient stories of some supernaturals.
Yeah.
If you
Milan
will
says
excuse
that.
me, I will be right back.
So without stumbling over himself to remember all that, Milan says that because he's smart.
Classes for that?
I haven't been in college for a long time. I assume that there's classes for all kinds of stuff.
Huh. Okay.
Maybe it's an elective.
Could be. All right. Well, I can look into that. While I wait on getting info.
But if it's true that they're seeing some representation that is linked to our truer selves, and it's possible that these students could be on campus or maybe even in his class, what would the plan be for if they freak out and start running away?
If like they spot me or something.
Yeah. Not that I'd be overly worried that they would hurt you,
No,
but
no. I guess just kind of pass it off. But then I would tell the professor. I'm not really sure.
because he may recognize you from, well, here.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true.
You are very distinctive looking.
Thanks.
He gives kind of a awkward half smile.
Okay, I'll just stick with the hopefully get an appointment then.
It would be interesting to do some sort of, what do they call it? Like a double-blind test with some of these affected people.
Dragomir returns to the table.
Miranda has an empty plate and bowl in front of her.
Do you want more, Miranda?
No, I am not certain that there is plenty of room for more food with this little one who is very much ready to say I am not allowed to eat.
What would you like?
No, I cannot have more. My stomach is too full.
Oh,
Between the food and the puppy.
understood. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've really found out in town.
And so far, that's all I've got.
So I'm just waiting on a call back or something. And then I'll let you know.
And I assume that Aaron has got all of our phones tapped and has probably listened to this entire conversation.
If it does, my phone is not on me. I do not carry it with me.
I was gonna say I ever since he was able to somehow get into my phone before and send me text messages before I knew anything, I kind of leave my phone out in the car.
It's not a bad idea. I probably should have done that. But I'm sure he's not.
I do that in secure places. I figured we were going to be here discussing things that he was involved in, so I left it where it was at and brought it with me. But when I'm at home, it's not with me.
No, I understand.
That's what my Google Circles account is for.
Your CT is very nice. I am enjoying it very much.
It has its moments. There's always something going on.
Well, that is how you find things to do to make a name for yourself. Otherwise, the histories will forget you.
Do not fear. Not all histories will forget you. Only some.
I suppose that matters if you're into that sort of fame, I guess.
It is very much a part of my heritage.
Mhm.
We are a stories upon stories passed down from generation of generation. All the great warriors and heroes that have done great things are remembered through stories. I hope to join them one day, although I will never be as great as those like Elizabeth. I can always be great in my own way.
I'm sure you'll do better than I do.
I would just assume that almost no one knows me and that I can continue my duties for as
It
long as
would
possible.
it would be an honest statement, my friend Biland, for me to say if I did not know of you, my life would be less full. No, meeting you has been a true blessing, and I am proud to call you my friend.
He kind of cocks his head a little bit, like how a dog would, like actually absorbing and considering what you've just said.
Mhm.
It's a very kind thing to say. Thank you.
I only say it because I mean it. And now I've met Miranda, and she seems like a wonderful person. So I am excited to know you.
I am trying not to be very much what is the word they usually say? Extra? I am trying not to be so extra, but I am the one who usually says what is on her mind, and it does not necessarily mean that it is something that you should know or be privy to.
I am a curious person by nature, so I kind of like to know everything. But I find that I my filter is lacking sometimes, and it can get me into trouble.
Miranda absentmindedly kind of runs her tongue over one of her canines, which those who catch see that it's actually more of a fang than a human tooth.
Hmm.
But she's doing it absentmindedly.
Out of game. Does Milan know what she is? Or just know
Um,
her?
I don't know. Has he ever asked?
No. He wouldn't ask.
He's seen her at court,
Ah, okay.
but if he's originally when she was at court, she was with a gangrel, like very affectionate and all over him. Of late, she's been close to Gunner when she's attended.
Okay, so would he... vampires don't normally get pregnant, right?
Nope.
Okay,
No, they don't.
I didn't think so. So, you see this look on Milan's face, like he just realized something, It's kind of faint, like it's not like but sort of like a squints a little bit at your belly, and then goes back to smelling his beer.
Has he drank any of that beer yet?
Nope.
You
But he's held on to it and sniffs it every now and again.
gonna drink that?
Would you like it?
I mean, if you're not gonna drink it, but you're not thirsty.
I honestly, I just really, really like the smell of beer
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, no problem.
and the fries and the bustle of everyone here. That's great. But honestly, if you want to drink it, be
No,
my
no,
guest.
no, 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 no. Mm-mm.
I drank quite a bit before I came here. I don't think I could drink anymore.
Oh no, I don't want. I just was checking.
Do
Okay.
you want me to make it drinkable?
Sure.
Okay. So this is where the magic-y magic comes in. Let's see.
It's not water into wine, but it's beer into something.
Beer in the blood. Because she knows, having seen you at court, what you are. Because you're either one of them or you belong to one of them. Okay, let me find the role-playing page. There we go. So that we see simple things by 2. So that makes it 4. And you see her kind of bite her thumb and then rub it around the rim of it real quick. And that smells really good to those who like the smell of blood. Like it's intoxicating.
Milan kind of shifts in his seat a little bit and is watching what you're doing.
Elizabeth's kind of ugh, and just sips her beer.
And enter. All right. So it shifts and you can tell a change in smell.
Now, do you allow it to keep its alcoholness?
It probably does, since I only had a few successes.
Good.
So it would be like drinking a drunk, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Being a
All
mage
right.
is fun. I won't lie.
So he kind of sniffs it a little bit, takes a tiny sip. That's all right. You got to show me that one. He kind of leans in. What are you anyway?
I am not sure what you are asking.
Are you one of us?
I am. No.
Out of game, because he has aspects as well, so he can see the auras, and I'm sure at some point he's aura spammed everyone. Could you seem like maybe a little bit?
If he's aura spammed her recently, she's very chaotic in the energies that she is. Like, there's if he understands what the auras of like mages and werewolves and vampires/ghouls are, hers has all 3 of them.
Would the ghoul aura, would that be basically? So I mean, he's seen ghouls, and
Mm-hmm.
so he's seen ghouls, he's seen vampires, he's Tremere, so he's I'm sure at some point Aura spammed mages, which I'm sure he did with everyone who's sitting at this table. He knows what mages are. He knows that Air is a werewolf and knows what hers looks like. So he kind of has an idea, even though maybe not a large sample set of each class of
The
Aura.
werewolf is probably the least present of the three. So,
But ghoul and vampire are distinctly different.
yeah, she's got a little bit of vampire, a little bit of werewolf, a little bit of human, a lot of bit of mage.
He smiles. You are a mess.
I know. I cannot help it. When Gunnar says he wants something with you, you don't turn him down.
Oh, that would be unwise.
Who's Gunner?
Mi amor. He is in charge of one of the factions in the city. Just because the other faction that they are part of versus all of the other factions are a bunch of screw ups. So
Every side at some point is a screw up. I try to let them do their things and just keep my head down.
So, can you both read auras then?
I can.
Would you mind explaining? I don't understand the pale aura. I've seen.
that's him.
I'm looking at both of you at the moment. This is between us. This is for knowledge of when I'm seeing things. I haven't passed no judgment on anybody for anything. I just need to know. So if I run into being an altercation with somebody with that kind of aura, then I know what I'm dealing with.
I will not say what he is. I will let him say, but the pale aura is him. I'm just like him.
Milan, would you mind explaining? So just for protective purposes of myself.
Miranda glances between Milan and Elizabeth because he doesn't know how she's gonna.
Yeah.
She knows Air handles it, but that's because Air is like related, so it's different.
I think it already came up in
I
character.
don't know.
As far as I know, no one has outed Milan.
All I know is he has a pale aura, and anytime I've tried to get close to figuring out what that was, I've been sidetracked. So, but he also hasn't asked directly. It's been he'll start to bring something up, and then you go like, "Oh, look over here."
Look, a distraction.
Exactly. But this time he's kind of focused and like, I want to know what this means, so I can just catalog it in my brain and move on about my day and not worry about it.
I can take him aside and explain it to him if you want, or you can.
Explain what?
Milan kind of takes a sip of his super thick red beer.
You have a blood mustache. How adorable.
Yeah.
Who said it was
looks-
blood? This is.
Oh.
I thought it was in a bottle.
Oh, is it in a bottle? Okay.
I thought
Never mind.
I brought you a mug, but that's fine. I don't know these things.
I assumed it was like a pint glass. But it doesn't matter. He's looking pretty uncomfortable.
What's wrong?
It is no worry, my friend. I will not push. That is not the person that I am.
There are a lot of people who, I know this term gets thrown around a lot, but usually not in our sorts of circles, but there are groups that are fairly racist towards my kind, so it's best if I just don't.
Okay.
She looks between everybody. Okay.
But since we're dating, I'm sure you wouldn't be one of them.
I try to be very open-minded. She nudges Milan's arm. You okay?
Yes. Out of character. He's kind of observing her. I don't recall me. I don't recall if he knows that she's Guru.
You
I feel
said you
like
scanned everybody at the table, and
Oh, yeah. Yep.
yeah.
so I'm guessing
Okay.
you would have scanned her and know that
So
she's
he
Guru.
knows. Yeah, okay. Never mind then. So he's probably watching then, specifically how she's reacting to him drinking a mug of beer, or a mug of blood beer.
She seems a little grossed out, but not like trying not to be judgy.
Like, was there any sort of recognition in what's going on, or is she just thinking, man, this dude's weird?
Let me see.
All
Make a roll
Dragomir
real
looks
quick.
like is he's disappointed. Like he was really hopeful for a second, and it's like all the stuff just all the wind blew out of his sails. He's like, oh, I don't get to learn things.
Milan looks at him. Don't be upset.
I would figure it out eventually.
I'm sure you will, but there are, as I'm sure all different groups have rules for trying to hide these things.
Oh no, I understand completely. I live on a fine line between two very spiteful worlds.
She seemed to kind of get it.
Two very spiteful worlds that it makes my life very hard and very lonely at times. That's why I'm lucky to have a great friend like Elizabeth. And I made a new friend in Air, I believe, and then I made a friend in Eran. So I have friends in both of my worlds that I have to. It's very complicated.
Sounds complicated.
It's just you are from you are from a different world that I do not know, and so it intrigues me because I am naturally I'm a very curious individual, and it's just gotten me in more trouble than it's worth sometimes. I acknowledge, but I also am not a push person. Pusher, is that the word?
Pusher.
I am not a pusher. I do not want to make you feel pressured to tell me anything. If you do in time, then so be it. If you do not, then so be it. It does not make you less my friend.
I'm glad to hear that. And probably if Elizabeth has been had that sort of aha moment, she's probably realizing that he's just as pale as you might expect him to be, and if you touch him, he's just as cold as you'd expect him to be. He doesn't have any of that, fancy.
He doesn't fake it.
Yeah, he's got no fake it skills.
So he has cast his
spend a blood
face
point to have it for a scene.
What's that?
You can spend a blood point to have it for a scene.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then, well, since I didn't say I was doing that, he doesn't mind if you guys know, since we're all buddies, but there's something there that he doesn't really want to get caught disclosing information.
No, I understand, and out of character completely. I prefer these kind of relationships to actually develop naturally, so I'm perfectly fine with it taking time. You've known me 2 weeks, and literally in that 2 weeks, it's been 2 times you've talked to me. So I don't expect you to be like, "Hey, know what I
He's
am?"
average once a week.
So
Check out my fangs.
woohoo!
Want to touch him? Wait.
She does because it's Elizabeth.
I think Milan actually has fangs actually hide compared to Miranda's.
Yeah, I thought the default was that they hid unless you were feeding or fighting or.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
the default unless you have
They
a
do.
flaw,
Yeah, his are hidden.
or you've changed it via life and just don't have them retractable.
Or you weren't given retractable ones when it was given to you.
Oh.
He had them replaced with silver fangs.
Got him! I bet
Yeah,
I could do
so-
that.
So yeah, he's drinking his beer and his blood
She'll
beer.
wave. She'll wave. Does he look concerned?
Does Milan look concerned?
Uh,
He would look. He's looking a little more concerned than he was before, only because he doesn't expect that any of you are dummies, and he's sitting there drinking a mug of blood.
Funnily enough, if Milan notices anything ever since he started drinking a mug of blood, which I could technically roll intelligence to try to figure out what's going on, I just refuse to at the
That would
moment.
be perception to notice
Or perception.
what the change was.
But I also, he's been more eyeing the room and not Milan. Like he's more making sure like nobody's paying overly attention and stuff like that.
So, what do we want to do about the doctor? I know we've got an appointment for my dear Elizabeth.
in her bosom.
Do we want to stick with that, or do we want to try and hitchhike or infiltrate the professor's?
Well, you know,
business?
Air is
Go ahead.
Air is planning on being in the I forget what they call it, the other realm, the mirror realm.
Elizabeth makes like woo hands as he says that.
The Upside Down. I saw that show.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Sure.
it is more the land where the spirits go. Oh, that
It
is
is
very different than the one where the dead go.
It is
so you
very
know.
beautiful. It is
It is.
very beautiful.
Hmm.
But
Never been.
Once I am more practiced, I will be able to help bring you there one day, maybe.
That would be
I
educational.
think I can go. I think I can cross over.
I can,
See,
but I can't help others yet. I can't figure out the.
I can just pull a big door open.
Well, we should do multiple things, just in case. I could be waiting months for the appointment.
Yeah, we don't want to wait that long.
No.
Whatever's going on with these people seeing things that needs to get taken care of yesterday.
Well, I have my, like I said, I have the healing in the hermetics, like these Tremere used to be or are,
Milan's
my-
eyebrow pops up a little bit.
of my people.
Huh?
You had said that name, and that they are hermetics in among our people. I have word out, so if they know anything of him, they will tell me. They're supposed to call me. I am just waiting on that phone call.
Are these the Harry Potter people?
They are my people. My birth people. They are one of the various group of believers.
I thought you say you were. You did not say you were Hermetic. You
I
said
am
you
not.
were.
They are a different belief system. I am verbena.
See, but you just said that they are your family,
Well,
where you come from.
my people, I consider you my people. We just all have different belief structures that make what we are capable of doing possible, I believe. So they just their belief structure is different than mine. Mine follow
Blood
more in
makes
line with
anything possible.
blood does, yes. Blood is very useful. But Gaia makes all things possible. She is ever watching and ever reaching her tendrils into things.
Sure. I I can. Yeah, see, totally. That is.
So okay. Well, we can do that. The honestly, the professor approach isn't a bad idea. Maybe I can kind of.
If you are.
Hmm?
If you are going to have an appointment with the doctor, I would say that you should not go to the professor's class. It will seem too convenient.
Yeah. Dragmere, you gotta go to school.
I will go to school. It is no problem. I will make this a thing in the near future here.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm trying to find out who the doctor works for.
Any luck on that end?
Not yet. My group isn't aware of, wasn't aware of him at all. There's the other faction that was mentioned. I'm gonna go talk to them and see if they know, but I don't really expect a lot of cooperation.
If you need any help, let me know. I can make people cooperate.
I might have to take you up on that. But that's where I'm at. We know that all of his tax papers are good, all of his filings with the city, those are all good. Business license, all of that's in good order. And it didn't appear like it was in, he does air quotes, like too good of order.
He's just legit.
He seems to just be a legitimate doctor. And the reviews all seemed great. There weren't any negative reviews on him.
Of course not.
That would make things too easy.
Right. So that's about all I've got so far.
Well, we've done due diligence, so this is all good. Good news.
I'm gonna do a little perusing too in another way.
I have a couple leads that I'm following up on for people who might be candidates for the professor, but I don't know if they're qualified, so to speak.
Alrighty. Alright, well, I'm gonna go do some looking about. See what I can find. She'll finish off a beer.
Okay.
Be safe while you are out there, Miss Elizabeth.
What?
I said to be safe while you are out there.
Okay. Do you have a way home and everything?
Well, see, I can just see. I have a way home.
Okay.
I have several ways home.
Okay. Well, it's nice meeting you, Miranda.
It was nice to meet you, Miranda. It was good to see you again, Milan. I must be off as well. So, Miranda, he'll pull over a napkin and write down a phone number. He's like, if you ever need anything, here's my number,
Oh, right mine on there.
and here is Elizabeth's number
Put a smiley face.
with a smiley face. And if just because it's Elizabeth, there will be a little heart there.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, see you later, boyfriend.
He kind of, I don't know if he has the ability to blush, but you can see that his face is making the blushing motion.
Okay. She seems oblivious to the fact that she's done that.
Um, and then he, awkwardly makes his "Have a good evening, dear."
Alrighty. Anything else, guys?
Oh, Milan
Okay.
finishes his blood beer and gives everyone the nod and heads out.
Okay. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching.